The story is called A Squash and a Squeeze by Joe Donaldson and Axel Scheffler. A little old lady lived all by herself, with a table and chair and a jug on a shelf. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse. There's not enough room in my house. Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Taking your hen, said the wise old man. Taking my hen, what a curious plan. Well, the hen laid an egg on the Freddy's rug and flapped around the room and knocking over the jug. The little old lady cried, What shall I do? It's pokey for one and it's teeny for two. My nose is tickled and there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Taking your goat, said the wise old man. Taking my goat, what a curious plan. Well, the goat chewed on the curtain and coddled the egg. Then she sat down and nibbled the table leg. The little old lady cried, Glory be, it was teeny for two and it's titchy for three. Then the hen pecked on the goat and the goat got fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze. She said, Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Taking your pig, said the wise old man. Taking my pig, what a curious plan. So she took in her pig and kept chasing the hen. It riddled a large and again and again. The little old lady cried, Stop, I implore. It was titchy for three and it's teeny for four. Even the pig is larger agrees. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Taking your cow, said the wise old man. Taking my cow, what a curious plan. Well, the cow took a look and one charged straight at the pig and then jumped on the table and tapped out the jar. The little old lady cried, Heavens alive, it's teeny for four and it's weeny for five, and tying my hair up and down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take them all out, said the wise old man, but then I'll be back where I first began. So she opened the window and flew out the hen, and better, at last I can sneeze again. She took the goat and the pig out, and she shoved out the pig. My house is beginning to feel pretty big. She huffed and puffed and she pushed out the cow, just like at my house. It's enormous now. Thank you, old wise man, for working you have done. It was weeny for five and gigantic for one. There's no need to grumble and there's no need to grat. There's plenty of room in my house. And now she's full of fiddle-dees, and it isn't a squash and a squeeze. Yes, she's full of fiddle-dees. Isn't it a squash or a squeeze?